Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Cogan, founder of Eliances.
I can't hold my excitement any longer because you see, this is a historical moment for Eliances Hero Show. We have brought you many well-recognized names, some of the CEOs who run the largest companies in the world. But our next guest is what some may consider as the highest political position in the world. Yes, very high. We have the President of the United Nations General Assembly's 70th session, Mogens Lykketoft. Good morning to you. My first question to you, though, is how does someone become the President of the United Nations?
It's a rotation position going between 5 different regional groups. For 1 year, you are there, and I'm in the Western Regional Group, being a Dane. And what you do when you come up as a regional group is one country is to get their candidate elected within the group, and if there's a consensus around that, that will be the president for the coming year. And that's what happened in this year. There was no other candidates from the Western group, so I was elected without any opponent.
Incredible. Can there ever be complete world peace in your view?
I'm afraid not, but I'm quite sure that we can do much more to contain conflicts and avoid conflicts than we are actually doing. And one of the most serious shortcomings of the United Nations, of course, is that the Security Council, whose role it is to take care of peace and security, have not got their acts together in very serious conflicts, that the one in Syria, for instance, but also a number of other conflicts. And that has created humanitarian catastrophes unprecedented since World War II, that these conflicts have continued for years.
Now, Mr. Lykketoft, you are, as President of the United Nations, you're also a family man. You have 2 daughters, 5 grandsons. What is the most important lesson in life we could teach children so they can become contributors to the world and to make it better, like you have and continue to try and do?
I think the most important is to realize, to face the existential challenges we as a common humanity are facing. I mean, the need for a much more sustainable way of providing energy, producing and consuming. That was exactly what the United Nations joined together on with the Sustainable Development Goals, 17 Sustainable Development Goals last September. And in addition to that, the very, very important leap forward in the fight against climate change and the Paris Agreement in December. You have to understand that these issues will only be solved with common action around the globe and with very, very deep transformations in the way we produce and consume. And that this is an urgent call because, for instance, and not least, climate change is there already. And if we are not able to stop it, it will for sure accelerate. If it accelerates, it will mean that not 65 million people, as we have right now, displaced from their homes, but hundreds of millions of people will be displaced because of rising sea levels, because of desertification of large areas, because of melting glaciers. And that will also soak up resources to an unprecedented extent, resources that we need to eradicate hunger, create education and health for all human rights. These resources will simply not be there if we should face hundreds and hundreds of millions of people that have to move away from where they are, and the conflicts that will be connected with them trying to move somewhere else. So we are in very, very, very great time pressure here. We had to act now, and that's what makes the United Nations even more relevant than ever before.
Understand. And you're listening to Eliances Heroes. Be a hero with David Cogan. Go to where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community. Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. We have the President of the United Nations, Mogens Lykketoft. What did you learn from your first job that helped you throughout your career, including now serving as the president of the UN? So what was the first job that you had, and what did you learn from that you carry over?
I had some small holiday jobs very early. I don't think I learned a lot about how to change the world there, but my first real job as a student, part-time, was in what is called the Economic Council of the Danish Labour Movement, where I worked with a lot of national and international issues from a very early stage, at the same time being a political activist, student leader at the time. So that's where I got the fundament, so to say, to have all the knowledge about the world and the economy and or whatever is necessary to be in this position.
Now, we had a number of people ask questions, and one that got asked a few times is they would like to ask the President of the United Nations, what is the meaning of life to you?
Well, that's a very, very difficult question to answer without being banal. But I have, through all my life, I have tried to do the things I was appointed to or asked to do as good I could to take care of the broader humanity that I was responsible for. I remember from a couple of months ago here in the UN we had a translocation for the students from the United Nations International School, where Secretary of State Kerry was there. He said something very, very good that I aligned myself very much with. He said to these very advanced students, you have had one of the best educations in this world. Now go out not just to earn money for yourself, but to do something good for your country and for this world.
Excellent, excellent. Last question here. There's so much news and so many people writing and interpreting things about so much that's going out there. What do you find as the best way to find truth?
Well, I think most times if you engage yourself and use time on what you hear and see, you sense where the truth lies. But you have not only to use 5 minutes every day on politics if you want to find the truth. Then you will be an easy victim for demagogues and loud-speaking populists.
Excellent. Well, someone who looks at the world and sees an opportunity for bringing separate nations together and impacting positive change is our hero. And thank you so much, President of the United Nations, Mogens Lykketoft. Thank you, too, to our producer, LupiDocs.com, for all your editing needs. Go to LupiDocs.com. Thank you again, David Cogan with Eliances.